Hi guys, Lefty here. Just wanted to do a quick little review about Thor Ragnorok. I want to wait a little bit to do a full review because there will be spoilers in that one, because it's hard not to spoil a movie this good. And I could understand why it's being rated as the best Marvel movie so far. And there's a lot to that. It is an exceptionally fun movie. It takes a lot of the best aspects of the Marvel Cinematic Universe thus far, which would be visuals, humor, human storytelling, and just emphasizes all of that. There's seriousness in this movie, but you're having too much fun to really dwell on it. It's one of the reasons why I waited almost a full day from watching the movie, so I can just sit and lament on it, think about it, see if I can poke any holes. And you could, but you have to be so damn nitpicky to get to them that this is a really well done and good movie. You should go see it for yourself right now. Like, shut this off. If you are not at work or not already have plans, hell, if you even have plans, go tell the people you're going with you're going to see Thor Ragnarok, and they have the choice to go see it with you or not. Go see this movie. Now, that being said, without spoiling anything, there's a few little nitpicks. Actually, only one. This movie doesn't surprise you. It does at certain points, but considering what they've done with the cinematic universe thus far, it's not huge. Yes, there are stakes. Yes, there's a very serious story going on. Well, at the same time, it's just so much fun, so much humor, so much little tidbits that you're like, yes! That you don't really pay much attention to the serious story. You know it's there, and it's always in your mind, but once again, you're just having too much fun to even really consider that. You have to take some time after the movie to really dwell on it. I can't wait to see this again. I want to go see it, like, right now, so I can go back and see little bits that I might have missed, or little things that, because now I'm thinking about the story, that I might have just simply let fall to the back of my mind because I was just watching this movie. It was so damn good. I'm sorry. I keep saying that. You get to see the character of Thor evolve. And not just him, Loki as well. Loki plays a big part in this movie, as you saw from the previews. When I say that there's really no surprises in this movie, if you watched all the previews for it, and the teasers and such, you pretty much know this movie, and you're going to be happy about it. You're just going to have so much fun. They introduce a bunch of characters, particularly Jeff Goldblum's the Grandmaster. They don't go too deep into his story or anything. They just tell you who he is and what he does, and it's done well. And this is a good move for Jeff Goldblum. He's just being Jeff Goldblum, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. There's a lot of good action in this. You get to see a lot more choreographed fighting, specifically from Loki. Like, in the comics, actually, no, even in the movies, they do say that he's a fighter and a warrior, and there have been very few instances with him that you get to see his level of skill. You get to see that in this movie. You get to see friggin' Anthony Hopkins being played as Loki, because if you've seen the end of The Dark World, you know that Loki has taken over to Asgard and assumed the position of Odin through his magic. So you get to see at a point in this movie, Anthony Hopkins acting like Tom Hiddleston, who's acting as Loki. I'm sorry. It's just so much fun. That They do a few new things with the character Hela, the main villain of the movie, villainess. They change her story a little bit. Not a little bit, quite a bit actually. But it works. It works so well. A few characters die in this movie. That's not a huge spoiler because they're not major characters, and unless you follow the comics, you don't grasp the hugeness of the fact that these characters are now gone, because they play a big role in the comics, specifically to Thor's story and his life. In the movies, not so much. You get to see them a few times in the first 2 movies, and that's about it. What can I even say about this film without spoiling things? Like, it's visually amazing. The action sequences are great. The comedy is just so well done. If I really want to talk about this and go scene by scene and just go over the individual little bits that made me nearly jump out of my seat in glee. And this was this thing with a reclined seat, so I'm already fully back and I'm almost jumping completely out of my chair going, yeah! That takes a little effort. The only people I see having an issue with this movie are the hardcore fans of the comics, because of the little changes here and there and the significance of certain people not being there anymore. Hell, Lady Sif is not in this movie. Now, some of you might know this, but the actress who plays her is now a lead character, or the main character, in another show, and they couldn't get her schedule to work with this movie, so the character wasn't here. Which is good, because if she was here and they had to add that character to the mix, that'd be difficult depending on how they're going to do that, because they make her part of the main story. Alright, that's another aspect, and it could have led to more humor or more drama depending. But if it was in the backstory with everyone else, there's a good chance she would have died. I'm not sure how fans would have reacted to that. It is... Oh, it does something that... Now, this isn't a huge spoiler, because it's not even a spoiler. A lot of times when you see trailers for movies, they have this epic song in the background that gets you hyped up watching the trailer, and you don't hear it or see it in the movie. It's either in the end credits or just not there at all. Here, it shows up. The Led Zeppelin song plays not once, but twice during this film, and it's perfect in both instances. It works so well. They really spent a lot of time, not just on the story, not just on the character development, but on everything. They made sure everything they did on this movie was as perfect as they can get it. Now, that doesn't mean it's an absolutely perfect film, it's just damn near. I do recommend, once again, you go see it, like right now. Now, stop this, go see it. But if you're a hardcore comic fan and you're not comfortable with change, which I honestly don't understand why you would be, but if you are, this might not be the movie for you. Or if you're someone who's just not into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and not into superhero movies, this one's probably not for you either. But then again, if you're one of those, you're not even going to go see this film. I love the growth of the characters, specifically Thor, Loki, and Hulk. Yeah, this is by far the best Hulk movie so far. I can understand why people are saying that. Like, the original one with Bruce Bannon. When I first saw it, I liked it. Then when the other movies came out, I was like, oh, that's crap. The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. That was a really good film, and if they didn't take out those deleted scenes, which caused Edward Norton to leave the role, it would have been a great film. And in terms of depth and story, I would say much better than the Hulk we got here. But because they didn't, this one is just much more fun. You get to see more of Hulk. The interaction between Hulk and Thor is just fun. And then later on with Bruce Banner and Thor, and you see the little coincides and little things that he did the exact same thing with Hulk. Just, it works. It's so much fun. I keep saying that. Well, alright, we're almost at 12 minutes here, and this was supposed to be a short review, so let me just give you a quick thing. Do not go see this movie inebriated, under the influence of anything. It is fun and trippy in and of itself. If you go there and you're altered in any particular way, you're going to have a meltdown in the theater, so please don't do that. I know a few of my friends out there do that. Alright guys, once again, I'm going to wait about another 2-3 weeks before I do a full one, and I'm going to just spoil the hell out of it. So, see you again then, in case I'm not back on beforehand. Have a good day.